Have you ever found yourself laughing uncontrollably while doodling a stick figure on a napkin? Picture this. A quiet Sunday afternoon, sunlight streaming through the window, and me, armed with paints and a canvas, ready to channel my inner Picasso. I had this grand vision of painting a serene landscape, rolling hills, a calming river, a sky bursting with hues of red and orange. But as fate would have it, my clumsy hands had other plans. In my attempt to paint a tranquil river, I ended up with something that looked more like a blue streak of lightning. My rolling hills? More like lumpy mashed potatoes. And the less said about my sky, the better. It was a mess, a beautiful, hilarious mess. My grand vision had transformed into a comedic masterpiece, and I found myself doubled over with laughter. The room echoed with my guffaws, the paints smeared on my hands, the canvas that looked like it was attacked by a toddler. It was chaotic. But amidst the chaos there was a strange sense of joy, a happiness that bubbled up from within, a warmth that wrapped itself around me. It was in that moment I realized that creativity isn't just about creating a perfect masterpiece. It isn't about painting a picture that could hang in a swanky art gallery or crafting a sculpture that would leave people in awe. No, creativity is much more than that. It's about the journey, the process, the sheer joy of creating something from nothing. Creativity is about those belly laughs when your creation doesn't quite match up to your vision. It's about the happiness that comes from letting your imagination run wild, from allowing your hands to follow their own path. It's about the sense of fulfillment you get from pouring your heart into something, even if the end result is a far cry from what you had imagined. Creativity is not about perfection, it's about expression, exploration, and most importantly, enjoyment. It's about the happiness that comes from unleashing the creative beast within you, regardless of the outcome. And so, it was in that moment of uncontrollable laughter that I realized creativity is not just about creating something magnificent, it's about creating happiness. Do you remember the last time you made something with your own hands? The joy it brought was unmatchable, wasn't it? Let me tell you a story about a papier-mâché volcano I made as a school project when I was 10. I was the kind of kid who loved getting their hands dirty, and this was a perfect opportunity for me. I remember frantically tearing up old newspapers, mixing up the paste, and shaping the volcano. It was messy and chaotic, but oh so much fun. The best part? When I finally got to create the eruption, I vividly remember the thrill of seeing the lava spew out of the volcano. It was a simple baking soda and vinegar trick, but to my 10-year-old self, it was pure magic. It was my magic. That's the beauty of DIY projects. They allow you to create your own magic. Every step, every decision, every tiny detail is yours. It's like painting a picture, but instead of colors, you're using materials, tools, and your own two hands. And trust me, there's nothing more satisfying than seeing your vision come to life. But it's not just about the end product. The process itself is a journey. There's the initial excitement, the planning, the hurdles, and then the triumphant moment of completion. It's an emotional roller coaster, and like any ride, it's the thrilling ups and downs that make it worthwhile. And let's not forget the sense of accomplishment. Completing a DIY project is like solving a puzzle. It challenges your problem-solving skills, your creativity, and your patience. And when you finally put that last piece in place, there's a sense of achievement that's hard to beat. You look at your creation and think, I made that. It's a tangible testament to your hard work and creativity. So, the next time you're feeling low, remember the magic of DIY projects, and let your creativity guide you to happiness. Humming a tune or strumming a guitar, ever noticed how it lightens your mood? Let me share a little story with you. A few years back I found myself in a bit of a rut, like I'd been stuck in a gray, drab room. Life was a monotonous tune and I was searching for a melody. Then, I stumbled upon an old dusty guitar in the attic. I hadn't played in years, but I picked it up and something magical happened. As my fingers danced across the strings, it was as if the room filled with color. Each strum was a stroke of a paintbrush, transforming the gray into a vibrant masterpiece. The music became my escape, my solace, my joy. But why is it that music has such a profound effect on us? It's because music has the power to move us, to touch our hearts and minds in a way that words alone can't. It's a universal language that transcends barriers and connects us on a deeper level. When we engage with music, whether it's by playing an instrument, singing, or even just listening, we're stimulating our brains in unique ways. The rhythm guides our thoughts, the melody fuels our imagination, and the harmony soothes our souls. It's a form of therapy, really, allowing us to express emotions we might not otherwise be able to articulate. So the next time you're feeling down or maybe just a little uninspired, try turning to music. Pick up that instrument you've been neglecting or put on your favorite song, let the music fill the room, and watch as it colors your world with its magical hues. And remember, it's not about being a virtuoso or having a perfect pitch, it's about letting the music move you, inspire you, and bring you joy. Because at the end of the day, music isn't just about the notes on the page, it's about the feelings those notes evoke within us. Music is not just a pastime, it's a friend that accompanies us in our journey of happiness and creativity. Ever found solace in scribbling your thoughts on a piece of paper? There's a certain magic to it, isn't there? A blank page, an eager pen, and a whirlwind of thoughts waiting to be distilled into words. It's a bit like being a wizard, conjuring up worlds and weaving tales with nothing more than ink and imagination. Let me take you back to a rainy afternoon when I was just a teenager. The sky was a gloomy gray, and the pitter-patter of rain against the window was the only sound breaking the silence. Feeling a bit blue, I picked up a pen and a notepad and let my thoughts flow freely onto the page. As the words multiplied, I could feel my mood lifting. I was creating a world, a refuge from the gloom outside. By the time I put the pen down, I was smiling, not because the rain had stopped, but because I had discovered the joy of writing. Writing, you see, is a unique form of self-expression. It's like painting a picture, but instead of colors and brushstrokes, you're using words and sentences. It's a dance where the rhythm comes not from music, but from the flow of language. It's a conversation, not with others, but with yourself. It's a journey of exploration, not across landscapes, but within the vast realms of your own mind. And the joy it brings? It's like a spark that ignites the soul. It's the thrill of creating something from nothing. It's the satisfaction of finding just the right word, the perfect phrase. It's the catharsis of pouring out your emotions, your dreams, your fears. It's the delight of discovering new ideas, new perspectives, new facets of your own self. But most of all, it's the happiness of knowing that you've created something uniquely yours, something that reflects a part of who you are. It's like leaving a little piece of your soul on the page, a timeless testament to your thoughts and feelings. Writing isn't just about stringing words together, it's a creative outlet that leads us to the path of happiness. So, pick up a pen, let your thoughts flow, and discover the joy of writing for yourself. Colors, brushes, and a blank canvas, doesn't it sound like a recipe for happiness? Let's dive into a story, a tale of discovery, a journey of color and creativity. The protagonist is no one else but yours truly. The setting? A quiet corner of my world, with an easel, a palette filled with a rainbow of colors, and a canvas as blank as a fresh snowfall. It all began on a gloomy Sunday afternoon. The clouds outside mirrored my mood and I was in desperate need of a pick-me-up. With no particular plan in mind, I found myself standing in front of a blank canvas, brush in hand. I felt like a chef with no recipe, an explorer with no map. But instead of feeling lost, I felt a strange sense of excitement. With each stroke of the brush, I was carving out a piece of my world on that canvas. The blues weren't just blues, they were the color of my solace. The reds were my passion, yellows my joy, and greens my hope. Each color told a story, and together they were creating a narrative of my life. The act of painting, of creating something from nothing, was therapeutic. It was a dance of colors on a stage of white. I was not just creating art, I was crafting my happiness. Each stroke, each blend, each shade was a step towards a sense of fulfillment. As I stepped back, looking at the chaos of colors that had found harmony on my canvas, I realized I had discovered a kind of joy that was uniquely mine. It was a personal victory, a silent celebration. Art is much more than a visual feast. It's a dialogue between the artist and the observer. It's an expression of emotions, an exploration of thoughts, a journey through the labyrinth of our minds. It's a testament to our power to create, to transform a blank canvas into a world of our own. Every time we engage with art, we are not just observers but participants in this beautiful dance of creativity and expression. Whether you're doodling on a notebook, sculpting from clay, or painting a mural, you're on a journey of self-discovery and self-expression. Art, in its many forms, is a celebration of creativity and a journey towards happiness. Crafting isn't just for kids, it's for anyone who seeks joy in creating. Let me take you back to a sunny afternoon a couple of years ago. I found myself amidst a pile of colorful papers, glue sticks, and a bunch of quirky, fun stickers. The mission? To create a whimsical, hand-crafted birthday card for a dear friend. Now, you might wonder, why not just buy one? But there's an inexplicable joy in making something with your own hands, a joy that a store-bought card simply can't match. As I folded, cut, and glued, I could feel the stress of the day melting away. Each piece of paper, each dab of glue was like a little piece of happiness coming together. Crafting is a lot like solving a puzzle. You start with all these pieces, and then you put them together to create something beautiful. It's a process that requires patience, creativity, and a dash of whimsy. And when you see the final result, when you hold in your hands something you've created from scratch, there's a sense of accomplishment and pride that's truly incomparable. But the magic of crafting extends beyond the joy of creation. It's also about the journey. The process of crafting is a meditative experience, a moment of calm in our otherwise hectic lives. It's a chance to slow down, to focus on one task, and to let our creative juices flow. And let's not forget the laughter and fun that often accompanies crafting sessions. Whether it's a crafting party with friends, or a quiet afternoon spent crafting alone, there's always a moment of amusement. Maybe it's a glue mishap, or perhaps a sticker that just won't stick where it's supposed to. These little incidents, these crafting bloopers, are part of the joy that crafting brings. So the next time you're feeling stressed or simply want to do something fun, why not try crafting? It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Start simple. A handmade card, a small piece of home decor, or even a quirky piece of jewelry. Crafting is a creative adventure that brings a smile on your face every time you create something new. Creativity and happiness, they're like two peas in a pod, aren't they? Now let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed so far. We've dipped our toes into the vast ocean of creativity and explored its many beautiful islands. From the exhilarating world of DIY projects to the soothing power of music, the liberating joy of writing, the vibrant universe of art, and the fulfilling realm of crafting. Each of these creative pursuits holds its unique charm and magic. They provide a sanctuary, a refuge, a playground where we can let our imagination run wild, express ourselves freely, and experience a sense of accomplishment. But more than that, they offer us a ticket to a more joyful and fulfilled life. Think about it. When we're engrossed in creating something, we're fully present in the moment, aren't we? Our worries fade into the background, replaced by a sense of calm and focus. We're in what psychologists call the flow state, a state of optimal experience where we feel our best and perform our best. And when we complete a project, whether it's a painting, a piece of music, a handcrafted item, or a piece of writing, we feel a sense of achievement. We look at our creation, and we can't help but smile, can we? That, my friends, is happiness. But here's the best part. This happiness doesn't just stay with us in the moment. It spills over into other aspects of our lives. It boosts our self-confidence, it enhances our problem-solving skills, it encourages us to think outside the box, it makes us more resilient in the face of challenges. In essence, it helps us live a more fulfilled life. And let's not forget the joy of sharing our creations with others. Whether it's displaying a painting in our living room, playing a song we've composed for our friends, gifting a handcrafted item to a loved one, or sharing a piece of writing online. The joy we get from seeing others appreciate our work is priceless. It's a form of happiness that's multiplied, isn't it? So you see, creativity and happiness are indeed like two peas in a pod. They go hand in hand, each fueling the other. Engaging in creative pursuits not only gives us joy in the moment, but also leads us to a happier, more fulfilled life. So don't be afraid to unleash your creativity. Whether you're a seasoned artist or a newbie, it doesn't matter. Remember, it's not about creating a masterpiece. It's about enjoying the process, experiencing the moment, expressing yourself, and finding joy in your creation. Remember, creativity isn't about perfection, it's about finding happiness in the process. So unleash your creativity and let it guide you to happiness.